Day versus Q9. Thrilled to see what they're going to bring, and I think you guys keep your eyes out for SGJ. They want to bring some fireworks.
They definitely want to do, and you can see the cheering coming out from the teams. They're supporting each other up. Although SGJ had a little bit of downside coming in 4-10, 3-10, but hey, you should never underestimate this team. They have a firepower. They have the caliber to break through Q9.
Yes, exactly. And again, there was a lot of confidence. I will say that. I mean, we'll see. It's going to be tough no matter what, of course, against Q9. The heavy favorites on this match. SGJ, though, I don't know. I feel like they maybe got one map in them today. I think that we might go to 3.
So for Q9, I think the key factor for this matchup here is, can Q9 last off the aggression of SGJ? They're a super aggressive team, and if Q9 is able to hold them down, then this might turn out to be a different result than we expect.
And I think, again, you should kind of hold your breath a bit here for the first half of this, of course, on the BL side for SGJ. This is the much tougher side of the map, so no matter what, you know, I think, like you've said before, like 3 wins on the BL side is pretty good. I think that's kind of like the break-even point where you feel like you have the ability to at least push it to overtime at worst.
True.
When you flop sides.
And both teams decide to not go with the AWM, so all 10 players in the lobby decide to just rifle it up. I mean, it would have been more exciting to see a couple XMs come into play, just because I love that gun. I'm a newbie and I always use the XM, so it hits. It kicks like a truck. It kicks like a horse. So it's sad to see that no XMs are coming into play, but no arms. So that means both teams know the aggression is going to happen, no matter which side it is. They want to hold it off. Arms, if you miss the shot, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and this is, I think, all according to plan for SGJ. Some frags were out early. They did a little bit of damage to Q9. Outside of that, a lot of utility is being saved for SGJ for their execute. Smokes out towards the A door, but you've got a heavy stack here from the side of Q9. You have one player lurking through sewers, and Yobip is going to fall in one of those mysterious head scratchers. But we will move on with life as SGJ going to continue to make their way in towards the A site. The trap attempting to be sprung from the sewers. Flash over to set up opponent. They're going to get 2. It's answered right back, though. Hades wound on. LXM getting involved. It's a really good attempt here from SGJ.
Now it's down to Bet Zero to make this happen. Hades comes around the corner, takes the kill. It's going to be a round for Q9. And it's 1-0 in favor of Q9 Esports.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the setup there. There was an overflash for the side of SGJ, and it set up the player coming from sewers quite nicely, but it just wasn't quite enough there as they're able to get themselves an opportunity, but Q9 shut it down pretty quick.
I mean, now my theory is getting some support here, because had SGJ utilized some XM, because they were cutting the corners and they were just getting shot out like flies. So if you had an XM and turning the corner, you might have landed a lucky headshot with that bullet pallet flying through and open up the gate towards the bomb site there.
Yeah, I mean, again, the theories and the setups were really good for SGJ. Just a good piece of shooting from Q9, as we come to expect from these teams from their region. We saw it with we saw it with all gamers earlier on this map. They're extremely clean. So definitely a tough task ahead for SGJ, but some signs of potential hope. We'll see as we just try to get things squared away, get ready for the next round.
For Q9, they did come out yesterday with a loss, but it was a pretty tight one for them, as well as a 13-9 win onto an overtime. 10-13 loss in Black Widow against Imperial with an overtime as well, and then they ended up losing in Kara to Imperial. So they definitely want to take some rounds here, take their sets here to, secure themselves a spot into the next round. Unan pushing out quite aggressively here with the nades thrown. Goes for the pot shot, doesn't happen. And looks like SGJ, after tossing a couple nades, decides to just fall back, make Q9 spend those utilities.
Yeah, they kind of know the exact distance where those grenades are likely to land off the rip, and they're able to avoid any damage. So they can take their time. Again, consider how they want to do this setup. This time around, they're going to hold on to 3 frag grenades for the side of SGJ. We saw in the previous round that they let loose with them pretty early, and they did actually get some decent damage. So
right.
The ideas here, pretty not bad, I think. We do have Crom coming underneath. towards the sewers again. Last time again, there was an overflash to set him up, and it almost did. I think it did work, but again, the idea there, pretty good.
Yeah, the angle was just enough to blind him for a quick second, but he recovered pretty fast, so that at the end of the day, the pop flash worked. Letting your teammate out, yes, it worked, but it was quick to recover and quick to take the refrag there. But looks like SGJ decides to hold on to their aggression from now on. Looks like both rounds from the past round and this round, they decide to burn the timer down to the minute mark. And this basically allows Q9 to rotate out of B and stack towards A because, you know, there's not a lot of time for SGJ if they're in the minute mark to rotate towards B. They have to clear the angles when they come out from the sewer. So the setups are now coming out from SGJ. Opponent gonna go in with the shots fired, and you gonna find spray downs, not gonna land any. Eevee as well is gonna be going for the pot shots, and that's gonna be open up against Spencer. Opponent takes the kill. Yobib as well gonna be traded out.
Unan there, able to hold the line at least enough. LXM gets a kill. Yobib gets one. He has one more player to deal with. LXM on a sliver of health. And this run and gun, this full force assault from the side of SGJ has at least given them a decent opportunity here in this one. LXM working his way through the alley now. Yobib, he has a tough one, no doubt.
6 HP on a hope. LXM peeks the angle. Is going to go and spots out Yobib. It's a sliver of it. He's going to be taking some pot shots here and there, but too low of an HP. The wall bangs will do the job, and SGJ will finally take a round after losing that last one to begin with.
And again, these guys, they're fired up today. They want this, and they want it bad, and you can sense it in their gameplay. And who better to have in that final situation than Yobib, their star player, and he did a great job locking it down. So the patience here, but the explosiveness at the right time. And again, Q9 going to use those frags early to just gain some space in mid.
Yep, those frag grenades will push the players backwards a little bit, opening up some space, the breathing room for SGJ to, you know, possibly get into. But so far, so long, SGJ decides to play a little bit more passive here. And this is, I would say, a little bit surprising to see because SGJ back in the first day when they were playing against Lazarus, they were just running, gunning, beginning of the round, even before 2-minute mark hits, they were just running and shooting. And it's good. It's definitely good to see that they have switched up their gears. You know, playing more passive, playing with thoughts in a sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean I like this from SGJ because it's like they're taking this time to really kind of calculate how they want to do this, who needs to do what, where, when, and how. And that's kind of the important part of this map on the Blacklist side is the executions. As let's see, we get usually down to about that minute mark is when SGJ starts to really kind of push the tempo. Early smokes out, an over smoke as well into the back of sight.
They're going to rotate down towards sewer, though. That's something different to see. Although they do have LXM covering the angle here, although he's not looking right at sewers. All right, 4 players of SGJ posted up to sewers, crossing the angles. Now LXM is also on top in case the support has to be given. Wolf with the AWM is going to be flashing and nading it, but he's going to be tapped out by Prana to open things up. And Zara taking that by Unan. All mid is going to be taken, rushing into B side, but LXM picked to take the kill. Second one to stop the offense as well.
All right, Crom and Eevee have some work to do still as they have gotten to the site, but they are outnumbered as we speak. C4 being planted. You can see Crom is still waiting here, lurking at this corner. Hades may be in for a surprise here relatively soon. LXM has already pushed towards the site. Oh, they're ready. He gets one before he's traded down. Eevee, a 1v2 on this post plant. Going to hide in the back corner. 2 players now going to come through the front doors, make their way in. Time is ticking down. They have to be quick about this if they're going to make sure that they can get the defuse. Eevee do any damage. No, he's going to get taken down through the wall bang, and Q9 is going to be able to take a round.
These players just know where the enemy players are going to be at and just pre-fires that, and apparently SGJ just couldn't find a better spot to hide because of Cram posting up towards the global risk spawn, and that only allows Eevee to hide in the back site. I mean, had there been another player alive on SGJ, then they could have maybe set up a different angle, off-angle setup, you know, check Crossfire, checking each other. But that didn't happen as it was down. They were down a man.
No doubt. I mean, still, though, the ideas here are pretty interesting from SGJ. They're definitely giving Q9 a run for their money so far, making it challenging at the very least. and we can only hope that they're able to continue to push Q9 to their limit to smoke out into the front door of Sewer. And just buying a little bit of attention here.
You know what's going to be surprising is SGJ has been playing passive for the past 3 rounds, including this one, and maybe the next round or the next round, if they lose out 1 or 2 more, they might just go all in. They might just go full out, pressing on the gas pedal, rushing into A main, and Q9 won't be ready for that because they're expecting SGJ to play quite passive, and that's hence and. Q9 has been putting 2 players in B to begin the round with, and then rotate a player back to A because they're expecting a passive play. But, you know, if SGJ decides to go all out, then Q9 might have to lose a round here.
Yeah, no, you expect a change of pace at some point and things start to go sideways. A good flash to buy a little bit of time here, keep SGJ pinned behind the mid area, and you did get a player sneaked up. So, Batzera, I almost called him Ratzera. Batzera able to get ahead of this. They're going to just duke it out in the middle. Hades gets the first kill onto Pronet, and they aren't able to push any further off of that. Both teams here trying to buy a little bit of time. I just saw a grenade just kind of hit a teammate there from SGJ. So be it. You going to be working this corner angle.
Oh,
taking the short lead. Yeah, there's a double swing there. It's a good one. 2 kills for you. That's a ball back to reload. Crom falls into the waiting arms of Hades. And now Batzera, I almost did it again. Batzera gets taken down. So Q9 able to stand tall.
Yeah, I mean, SGJ has a little bit more work to put into. That angle that Q9 was holding was just too crucial, and it was the pain point for SGJ to not break through into the site. You was just... I mean, he was holding the corner. He was not giving his position away. He was not taking the wallbang, surprisingly, so that allowed him to take the kills early on to the round here. But now, moving into round number 5, SGJ going for the similar setups here, just posting up outside of A main, you know, tossing a couple nades and smokes and flashbangs above the wall. And Q9 as well, going for the similar setup here. 4 players towards A main, leaving a single player to hold down B side of mid, just in case anyone comes out Sewer. I think Q9 is feeling very comfortable playing a Global Risk here coming into Mexico.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, they look very good so far. Again, the early kind of fighting and aggression from the side of SGJ looked like it was almost breaking Q9. They were bending but not breaking, and we'll see if SGJ can continue to put pressure down onto them. Once again, Batzera over towards the alley. As he has snuck past the initial defenses of Q9, but they need to get further in if they're going to make that position useful for the side of SGJ.
So last time around, it was the 4 players of the main team pushing in first, and then Batzera trying to, you know, maybe catch a player looking towards the main push there. But maybe this time around, we might have to see Batzera popping it off first. Setups now being thrown. Mid is now taken, surprisingly, because Q9 just backed out of it. And will SGJ go towards B side or just compound towards A, because they have full control of mid right now. Batzera still posted up, though, at the stairs, and maybe he might be able to put out some distraction here.
I think they had an opportunity maybe to try for B. Instead, they're going to just balls in here. Yobip gets 1, but Hades and Wunan combined for 3, and Crom not really able to get involved. And once again, Batzera's position is stopped. Crom just going to kind of look around, and he was completely surrounded. Another round here for Q9. There was a real opportunity here for SGJ to, I think, go to B, leave Batzera in that alley for a really long time.
Keep him as an
watch
anchor.
The back angle, exactly. And then I think you've got a chance to maybe get B, at least get the plant there.
I mean, SGJ should have a better idea of how many players are going to be in A. I mean, obviously, they're not going to know the exact numbers, 3, 4, 2, but at that point in time, SGJ, after seeing how many flashes are being thrown out, how many smokes are being thrown out, they can, you know, kind of count dead and use that to their advantage, rotate in towards B. They should have had a better idea of, okay, there are a lesser amount of players in B. Maybe we should just leave Batzera as an anchor, as we mentioned, and just use that and push in towards B. But didn't happen, and it's going to be 4-1. I'm a little bit concerned about SGJ because they're one of the more aggressive teams, and if they're going to be going into Global Risk with, let's say, rounds of like 5-4, it still puts them in a very uncomfortable area, and uncomfortable seat, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. All right, the 4-man push. They explode out, utility out. They got to get around this corner. They're able to get a 1-for-1, make it a 2-for-2 trade here. 3-for-3, in fact. And now all of a sudden it's a 1v2 for Crom. Fast and furious, these rounds. They get over in a heartbeat, but the C4 was there on site. And Woonan certainly aware, as he is going to be watching for it. Crom going to wrap back through towards A again into the double doors.
So for Crom, this round is a little bit better for him to clutch better than the last round because he knows that both players are going to be lingering somewhere around the site, as opposed to the last round being, you know, he doesn't know where. He has no expectations of where the enemy players are going to be at. So Crom goes in, finds a kill onto Wolf. So that opens up to a 1 versus 1. Although the HP advantage is onto Q9, I think Crom has a good idea of where Woonan is going to be at. So he cracks the angles slowly, minute by minute, centimeters by centimeters. And 30 seconds, I think this is definitely enough time for Crom to make magic happen.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got just enough time here, but he's got to start to make his way in towards the A site, where Woonan continues to wait, and he is checking every angle possible. But now he's in the crunch time. It has to happen, and it has to happen now. Going to hop up onto the boxes. Woonan there on his left, and Woonan catches him off guard. A really good attempt again from SGJ, but Q9 really good in these clutch situations. It takes their 5th round. It's going to be 5-1 in their favor.
So they were playing. So SGJ was playing passive for past couple rounds. In this round, finally they decided to go kind of full out all in, full out rush into the site. But at the same time, it was a little bit delayed in a sense. Maybe this round they might just go full out once more, and because that last round was looking a little bit better compared to the past 3 rounds.
Well, they're definitely trying different stuff every time. It's always different looks that they're giving Q9. It's just Q9 is just slightly better on their shooting. Frankly, it's just a little bit more accurate and a few positional advantages that they had.
I mean, give or take.
Yeah.
SGJ has to. SGJ is the one to go into the site, so they're going to be traded out faster than Q9 is going to be trading out. So I don't know. Out shooting, I can't say at this point. The map's not closed out yet, so we can't say Q9 is shooting better, but we can definitely say Q9 has a good setup, I would say.
I think they're shooting better. I think they're just shooting better. I mean, of course you have good setups. It's harder to break the defense, right? Like it definitely is a harder proposition, no doubt about it. That is just purely the advantage that you have, which adds into their shooting better. It makes it a little easier. So sure, okay, I'll give you that. Okay, we're gonna try the B hit here. The response is really good. And Alex just puts Yobib down. And that's the star player for SGJ. Crom, though, good for a headshot there. Now puts some shots into the door. Yu, though, waiting around the corner, gets 2 as SGJ tries to make their move, and it is just being thwarted at every turn by Q9.
Hades takes the kill onto Cram to even things out to a 4 versus 1 for Bet0. 51 seconds into the clock here. C4 is down in mid, so Bet0 has nothing much to do but pray that nobody's looking towards him. He's going to be crossing down towards middle, gets caught up by Yu, takes a beat down for a little bit, and he wallbangs could damage him a little more. Hades comes swinging out, takes the kill. He wants to finish the round fast, and that's going to be yet another round for Q9.
Yep, now it's 6 rounds. Really would like to see if SGJ can find 2 more here, make it a 6-3. Absolutely would definitely keep this, I think, reasonable and keep this winnable for SGJ if their GR side can be as good as we've seen from Q9, as we saw from AG earlier.
They need to have at least 3 rounds going into the next half because Q9 definitely has the power to break through for some rounds. But it's going to be a sewer push coming in from SGJ. The nade, though, is going to tickle down EV and Bet0 there.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll see. It is, again, kind of somewhat being tried to be sold as a fake here up top by Crom. He's still sitting up and lurking towards mid, but right now there isn't much space given. They're going to flash it on out. Wolf just going to maneuver into a crossfire. LXM waiting. LXM gets 2. Make it 4 for LXM. A quad kill there from the angle. Yobib did his best. Crom is going to try, and it ain't going to happen. Q9 there. Just so good in those crossfires. So powerful, so accurate.
LXM does not care. he will just single-handedly spray down to take the 4 kills into his backpack, as his stats look also quite amazing. He had 4,000 average, 4,000 damages coming into the last set here, 45 kills as well. So let's see how that plays. But now moving into round number 9, 7-1. The rounds don't look too great for SGJ here, as they tried sewers last time. So this time around, they might do like a 3-2 split here, posting out Pronet and Cram, and the rest of the players heading towards a bomb site with the C4 as well. So maybe what they're thinking about is cross out towards the spawn there, and maybe use that as an anchor point to open up the gate for A, as the players will have to rotate out from A towards the spawn there.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to draw some attention away from this A site to get, an opening from the left-hand side of the map. Or maybe they can swing in through B. Maybe they can, kind of break through that angle fast enough, smoke up the double doors on the right-hand side of A.
In the meantime, Badzera was able to find some lucky shots onto you, taking down to super low HP. And more nades being thrown, smokes being put out to take control of mid. But it looks like they're just not going to be posting up just yet. They're going to be they're going to be playing with the box here, and nades being thrown as well. Unan flashed out. The aggression is on, but Unan picked to take a kill. Wolf as well, but he's going to be taken up by Pronet. Alexam is just too good. Alexam goes in for 2 kills. Hades to finish it off, and it's going to be Q9 finishing off the first half here with a whooping 8-1.
8-1.
8-1, boys.
8-1. Again, some really good ideas from SGJ, but Q9 just too clean on their defense, too good in their reactions there. They caught a player completely off guard at SGJ when they came out of that sewer. Q9 was not ready for that push out of sewer at all. They did pick up a kill, but then they were immediately backstabbed by, I believe, it was
some average
LXM. Yeah.
He's above 100.
Who is?
LXM.
Yeah, he's been pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, we all saw that, but he's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, 4 kills in 1 round. That's like, 4 rounds worth 4 rounds worth of damage right there. So
that's having 3 more players on your team.
Yeah, he's insane. He's really, really playing great. Some phenomenal shooting, some phenomenal reactions from him. You're seeing decent ideas again from SGJ, but so far not able to put any more than just 1 on the board. Let's see, switching over to the GR side, and with this tactical pause, maybe they can string together some big rounds.
I mean, there's not a lot of room for SGJ to maneuver around going into Global Risk side here. They can't do anything, let's say, too aggressive, because, if you push out as a Global Risk, there's a higher chance of you getting caught out. And losing a player early on, making them men differential for Q9, it's... they're going to be going to match point too fast, 9-1. So I'm definitely anticipating them to play a lot of defaults early on. I mean, if they're able to build up some rounds, maybe let's say 8-3, 8-4, then maybe you might be able to see something crazy come in for SGJ. But until then, we're going to have to see some defaults come out.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of rounds that they can really toy with. They've got to make sure that everything is almost perfect here in this second half. You can see spirits are still high, some laughs coming out from them. They were still being loud, they're still being vocal. They absolutely haven't given up. And SGJ, they look to shock the world, but so far it's sort of as expected. I mean, Q9.
They look to shock the world in the other way around, maybe.
I don't think this shocked.
But anyways,
yeah, this was more along what
we're going to be delivering you guys to more matches of Crossfire. It's going to be round number 10, switching sides here, as that's going to be Q9 on the offense, as SGJ is going to be defending the aggression. And looks like it's going to be a 3-2 split, and I don't know, the sewer Q9 went in. So I saw some previous matches on Mexico for Q9 on other streaming platforms, and Q9 doesn't like sewers at all. And this time around, they actually post up 3 players to just kind of test the water there. So that's surprising to see.
I think they were worried that SGJ was going to push into the sewers.
Yeah, the aggression.
With how much SGJ was, putting attention to the sewers. Not many teams like the sewers. It is rather challenging. Yobip not taking any damage from those grenades. Only a smidgen on to Badzera so far. As you can see there, Q9 has gotten really deep. I mean, this is really backed up defense from the side of SGJ. I'm a bit worried about this. I mean, mid control fully underneath Q9. Pronet not able to hit with his first grenade, gets flashed up, able to respond with a flash of his own to at least buy himself a little bit of time and space. Eevee or excuse me, Crom in the back alley has to be so good as all this space is taken here. U is too good for Crom. Takes him down. It's not looking good, Bench.
It's not looking good, but Pronit returns the fire onto you, so that opens up Benzera as well. Pronit almost landing that arm shot to even things up, but it looks like Wolf just tapping away casually, but EV returns the favor to even things up to 2-on-2 as Unan finds that very cheaty angle there right between the boxes here, and the bomb is now planted going into the post plant.
That's thin, but they're able to get it down and set up a successful post plant. Some flashes, but still EV there, gonna get one. Wunan has one himself. He gets a double kill to confirm the round. 9 now for the side of Q9, and it is map point.
Yeah, there's definitely not a lot of room for SGJ to do at this point. Just hoping to. So I don't understand why they gave up mid control there, because Q9 basically was allowed to go full in towards spawn and divide the map into half and basically pick and choose whichever side they want to go to. And now SGJ stuck here with just a single round remaining. That's only a paper thin of a room there.
It is very thin. You are correct.
Or even pencil thin.
Pencil thin. Yeah, well, yeah, that's Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Matt just completely whiffing on my name. Oh man, imagine. All right. Imagine. All right. Well, this time around, it is a completely different setup for SGJ. They do take mid control. They do opt to be aggressive off the rip, and that's going to send Q9 into the sewers. So, like you were saying, this isn't something Q9 does often, so may catch SGJ off guard. You do have Pronit waiting with his AWM, holding that very, very thin angle, and if he can find a couple kills here, that would be big. He just misses again. He's just been ever so slightly off, and they're just going to spray down those doors, put some pressure at it. They get flashed. It's going to buy a little bit of time, but be pretty wide open if they go through the back alley, and indeed, they're starting to make their way through. Flashes around the corner to buy some time for them. Yes, Batzera has a kill, but the site should be taken by Q9.
And now SGJ trying to go for the retake here. Oh no, the bomb is not planted yet, but it's going to be planted soon. Smokes are being put out to cover the bomb plant here, and it's going to be on a distance. It's almost in the open as well. Now SGJ all crammed up towards middle here with just a single player on far. And it has to be a retake of a hard one, as this is the last round.
No doubt, this one has to be really good for SGJ. A numbers advantage at the very least, so they can go for the trades. If they can get those, they can get this done. Time halfway through, so they have to kick it off. Crom's already got one himself, pushing on in. Wunan has gotten a double. LXM has gotten one. EV in there as well. Hades finds a kill of his own. It's all into Pronit here to save the map, but he's getting swarmed, he's getting surrounded, and it is going to be Q9 Esports that takes Mexico. SGJ tried to throw a bit of a curveball here at their opponents, and it just did not quite work.
I mean, Mexico, give or take, it's an SGJ's pick, and losing out on this, it's very sad to see, but at the end of the day, we saw some change of gears coming in from SGJ. We were all expecting them to, kind of just go full out, pump that engine, just don't look back, just rush into the site, but hey, it didn't happen. Rather, they were, making some more careful movements, thinking about what they're doing, and that is something good to see at the least.
Yeah, there's some good ideas. I really will credit SGJ that they came in here with a game plan, and there were times where I thought they might be able to, snag a few more rounds away from Q9. They were close, just couldn't quite convert on a couple really crucial clutches. So be it. Not a bad performance in some ways, but at the other end of the thing, it is a 10-1. So definitely not what you're looking for as SGJ. As we go to, hey, look, put that behind us. We get Eagle Eye next. That's all that matters right now. Everybody gets to have fun no matter what here. We finally get to see this map here in CFS 2022.
Everyone was rooting for Eagle Eye, all the casters, all the analysts, all our boys over there as well, and even you viewers as well. We're probably rooting for Eagle Eye because we haven't yet to see a map of Eagle Eye coming through for CFS 2022 Grand Finals. We're in the third day, not a single Eagle Eye, but we finally can get to see one coming through. We did it, boys. We all rooted for it.
And I'm really excited to see it. And I think, again, that this does at least play into SGJ's strategy for today, which, as you can see, is run and gun, kind of try to just you know, out firepower Q9, and that was their goal. That's kind of what Pronet was talking about to us before this. Now, he also might have said that. Yeah, he also might have said something about whether or not he was going to use the AWM, and he did.